Hi, welcome to Camp Happy Mail. So today we're just going to make a quick, easy card. I have a whole box full of pre-colored images. These are images that I colored over a couple of years while I was learning how to color with Copic markers. If you want to learn how to color with Copic markers, I do have some videos on that, and there will be some more in the future. But anyway, so I'm trying to use up some of the images that I already colored previously as I was learning. So today we're just going to do a quick, easy card on how to make a quick, easy card with your pre-colored images. So we're going to use this image. This image is from Budley Crafts. I did look, and it looks like they're not doing as many digital images as they used to. I am trying to find their digital images again, but this was one of theirs. They used to have some really, really cute digital images that featured this rabbit, and then there's some other ones that featured a bear and a dog. And I'm sure that all these characters had names that I don't remember. But anyways, I just thought it was a super cute image. So let's go ahead and start this card. So we're going to do this image, and then I have this is some old scrapbook paper. It's very, very thin. And I picked it because of the colors in the image. And then some gray cardstock, some pink cardstock. These are both Stampin' Up! Cardstock, but you can use any cardstock that you have. That's the envelope. And then an A2 size card base, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then we're going to use this sentiment, "Nobody gets me like you do." This is a Stampin' Up! Set. I'm not sure if this one is still available or not. If it is, I'll link it below. If not, I'll give you a link to my Stampin' Up! Demonstrator just in case you don't have one. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is I want to cut the background pieces that will go to this. And I have this die set. This is a Mama Elephant die set, and it has scallops on it. Is that scallops? But anyways, this is really cool what this set does. So because these are going to be the background pieces, I do want the largest one, and we're going to cut 2 of these. We're going to cut one out of the gray and one out of the pink. And if you haven't seen this already, you're going to want to get this die set because it's pretty cool what it does. So let's get the big shot. So let's do the pink one first. And I'm going to put this at an angle. Even though this isn't a solid border or a solid edge on this, you still want to put it at an angle to go through your machine because it's a lot easier on the rollers in the machine if it's not trying to take that whole die at one time. So this way it's taking the die at an angle and it's taking a little bit at a time, and it just goes through the machine a lot easier. Okay, so that's the first piece. Pretty fun. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put this at an angle, and we're going to cut the second piece. Okay. And now we have 2 identical pieces, and you may be saying to yourself, how are we going to use both of those on the background? Well, let me show you. Admittedly, the first time I saw this on a card, I couldn't figure out how they did it, and then I had to go and look it up. So you take the one piece and then this piece. Now they fit together exactly on top of each other, but that's not what we want to do. We want to do this, where we flip one over, and you see they no longer line up. So now you have the half circle. Every other one is pink, every other one is gray. And so when you lay them down on your base, it looks like that, which in my opinion, that's actually pretty cool. I like it a lot. So, okay, so now this is my card front, but I want some of this behind it. So I'm possibly going to eyeball this. I don't know. Let me see if I have a die that will work to get it close. So the dies that came with this, the largest one is this size, which, oh, okay, so the largest one fits exactly over top, which means I might be able to cut this and be able to see some of it on the edges, because that piece I already have will fit inside of it. So let's grab that die cut machine again. I should have just left it down here. Okay. All right, so let's put this in an angle. We definitely want to put this one at an angle because this is a solid, and to put that through the rollers, if you put it straight through, it's going to make all kinds of cracking noises and be really loud, and you might crack your plates, and it wears out the rollers a lot sooner. So if you put it in an angle, it glides through the machine really easily. Okay, well, this is exciting that this die is stitched and that it possibly is going to work to fit that this piece in the center. Sorry, I'm just a little bit too excited about this. Yeah, I had other die sets out here prepared just in case one of those wasn't going to work, but I think that's going to work, and this is going to be great. Okay, so let's line this back up again, and I'm lining it all up like this just to make sure it's going to work before I actually commit to gluing it down, because you know it would be my luck that I would start to glue it down and then it wouldn't work. Okay, so if we do that, and then we fit this one right in the middle, that's going to be perfect. So now the question is, does it make a difference maybe if I reverse these? So if I leave this one and do this one on top, does it make a difference in how it looks? Understanding that you're only going to see the half circles, but these would be closer to the pink than they would the gray. And that's going to have to be on there just perfectly so that it blends in, covers up the pink, and then that on the front. Yeah, I think I like that. But I think before we go any further than this, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment on the front of this. I am just going to put it directly on this card. So let's do that part. And I am going to, let's see, what is this? This is a, oh, okay, so we can leave the black mat in here. In the Misty, there is a black foam mat, and it's for use with your acrylic stamps, photopolymer stamps, silicone stamps. If this was a red rubber stamp like this, we would need to take the foam pad out of this because the red rubber stamps have a foam pad on them. And because of the height and needing to be able to close the door, you wouldn't need it with that. But you do need the foam pad with these because there is no backing on these. So let's put our card down here. And there it is. Okay. This is a new to me set. I have not actually broken this one out and used it yet, but you can expect to see this one in future videos. And I think that's gonna fit perfectly down there. Okay, now, let me grab a black ink pad. This is a Altenew Jet Black. This is a water-based ink, fast-drying dye ink, but it's water-based. So with it being a dye ink, being water-based, you could technically use this with your acrylic markers. You could technically use this with your alcohol markers, but you wouldn't want to use this with your water-based markers. So we'll go ahead and stamp this on. And I think we're going to stamp that one more time. It's the beautiful thing about the Misty is if your impression doesn't come out exactly perfect, you can always re-stamp it. There we go. That's a lot better. Okay, now we're ready to assemble this card. So let's get all of our pieces. So I want to get the glue on each of those little half circles so that it sticks down. It's like a bad doodle with the glue. Just want to get enough on here because I want to make sure it doesn't come apart in the mail. And we'll get this centered as best we can. And then we'll add this piece on. Some more bad glue doodling. I'm sure there's easier ways to get glue on things like this, but we're just gonna wing it. It's kind of fun to doodle with glue. Now we need to get this one lined up just right so that it's all centered perfectly. I think that'll work. So now we'll glue this piece down, and I have to be a little bit light-handed with the glue on this because this paper is super thin. I think this is even thinner than your standard copy paper. And I don't want it to be all wavy, gravy, lumpy, bumpy. So this card is part of my 100-day project for this year. There is a 100-day project that is done on the internet. A lot of people on Instagram participate in it. And the basics of it are that you pick something that you enjoy doing and you do it for a couple of minutes every day. And you do it for 100 days straight. This is my 3rd year. The first year I made it to 45 days. And then I had some life things happen, so I had to stop. Last year I did all 100 days consecutively, which was a lot of fun. This year I decided to try it again, but I actually had to start it a month later because I moved as everybody was starting theirs. I was in the middle of moving. And so I started mine, but it's been interrupted a couple of times with trips back home and business trips and work stuff. So I'm slowly getting through it, but I'm not stressing about it. I decided at the beginning of it, I knew that it was going to get interrupted and I wouldn't be able to do 100 days straight. But I'm doing my best to get through it. And this is card, I don't know, maybe card number 50? I'll have to take a look. But anyways, so this is my card for today. And I really like the way it came out. I think it's super cute. And I hope you like it too. And I hope it gives you some ideas for how to get your pre-colored images made into cards. And I hope you'll check out this die set. It is a lot of fun. It does have nested pieces in it, so you don't always have to do this size. You can do the smaller sizes and get the same effect. And then it has the nested rectangles that you can use in conjunction with it. And again, this set is by Mama Elephant. And I'll put a link to it in the description as long as it's still available. And I'm pretty sure it probably is. Mama Elephant isn't one that discontinues their stuff, you know, kind of like Lawn Fawn. You can get Lawn Fawn stuff from years ago, just like Mama Elephant. So hopefully they're still making this one because it is a great set and I would love for you to be able to pick it up. So again, that's the card for today. Thank you for hanging out with me for this one and I hope you enjoyed it and we'll see you in the next video.